Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am laichenir, and today I'm going to be doing a 3-month review of this hair here. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. So we're just going to jump right into the specs of the hair. So this is a 26-inch 7x5 lace closure wig, and it is a wear and go, glueless, pre-plucked, pre-bleached wig. So it's ready to wear. I'll put the initial video in the card somewhere up here, and you guys will be able to see, you know, what it looked like when I first got it. So it came in this box here. In the box, it had this bag here to put the wig in. The wig came in this bag. It came, you know, with the net on it, and it also had an adjustable strap. It's an extra adjustable strap because I also have one already in the wig. And inside the goodies that we got, it came with a contact card and just, I guess, some type of review card. It came with a band, I guess, to melt your lace, a wig cap, some lashes, and a edge brush. So it came with some pretty helpful goodies. So in my initial video, the color of the hair, it was black, but I did color the hair. I colored it to like an light brown auburn type of color. I don't know if you guys, oh, you guys can kind of see. So here's the color right here. It's like a brownish, like a light brown type of color. I have videos on my page of me coloring this hair as well. I bought this hair in February. I think I got it February 16th, which was a Sunday, and I received it on February 21st, which was a Friday. So it took about 5 days to get to me, a little longer than I would like. I'm used to hair coming in like a few days. I ordered it on a Sunday afternoon, so they probably didn't process it until the next day, that Monday. But yeah, I ordered it. It took 5 days to get to me. It was $194 plus tax. I'm not sure what it is now. This was months ago, beginning of the year. So I don't know if it's higher or lower now. I'll, you know, link it down below so you guys can see. But I spent $194 for a 26-inch 180 density wig. It was a decent price, a normal price for a wig that long. HD lace 7x5 closure. I think that's it for the specs. So we can just go ahead and get into the pros and cons. Okay, so the first pro is that I feel like the wig was longer than what it said it was. It said it was 26 inches, but I really feel like it was given close to like 28. 30 is a stretch, but 28 maybe. I guess I'll put a clip somewhere where I stood up and showed you guys where the wig hit. I did cut it and layer it, so it's shorter than it is now. I have no clue what the length is now, but when I first got the hair, I feel like it was longer than 26 inches. It went almost to my butt, and I'm tall. I'm 5'8", so it was pretty long. So I can imagine what it looked like on somebody shorter than me. It probably gave 30 plus inches. And the density was true as well, 180. I have it flat iron right now, so it's a little bit silkier, but in its natural state, it is like more crinkly and puffy, and it can get pretty thick. But this is still pretty thick because, you know, you can't see the backdrop behind me like through my hair. You know, sometimes some hair can be so thin that you can just see the background, but you can't see that. So first pro is that I like that the length was longer than 26 inches and the density is true. It really is 180, and it's not a thin wig at all. Second pro is that I like how the wig fit. So the wig came with 2 combs on the sides. It had the wig cap was kind of shaped to my ear, and then the back there's a comb. It also has an adjustable elastic band. And then, like, I feel like the wig fit my head perfectly. It wasn't too big, too small. It was a medium size, average, like 22.5 as far as the wig size. So if your head is bigger than that, I'm not sure how that's gonna go. Or if your head is smaller, I think you should be fine. But it is an average size wig, so I felt like it fit snug. Like it wasn't baggy, it wasn't loose, and it wasn't too tight. So I did like the size of the wig. The pro number 3 would be that I feel like the wig was soft and full, and it's still soft to me. When I first got it, it was really, really soft. It's still soft depending on what you put on it, and the hair is full. Like I said, it was not a skimp wig at all. I feel like the density was on point. So that is my third pro. I love that it's soft. I love a good soft wig. I don't want no rough, dry wig. Fourth pro is that I enjoyed the texture of the wig. I've had some kinky straight wigs before, and sometimes it can be like overly crinkly to the point where it looks kind of like fake, like almost like a braid out or something, but this one definitely gave natural. It gave more of like a kinky straight afro type of like blowout look, especially when you first get it. It was more of a blowout look, and then when you flat iron it, it gives a press, like silk press like this, and it just gave a pretty natural look. And then it didn't take much for me to flat iron the hair, and the waves or whatever left the hair. It may be still some in here like towards the back, you can kind of see them here towards the back, but the ones in the front that I was able to flat iron it, they look pretty good. So I did like that it was a more natural looking kinky straight wig, and it wasn't like, I guess, super artificial as far as the curl pattern and the wave and things like that. Fifth pro is that it has minimal shedding. I just did a review on a kinky curly wig that I had, and I said that it shed almost every time that I combed it, and to me it was a little excessive. But I feel like this hair, it does shed a little, but it's not like, let me see, it's a few strands every time I comb it. It's not like OD. It's not a huge amount of shedding when I comb the hair. Yeah, it's just a few strands. It's nothing to even like think about too much. I don't really like a wig that sheds like crazy. That's no fun. Nobody wants hair all over the place. So I do like that it doesn't shed. The shedding is minimal. So that is another pro about this hair. The last pro is that I felt like this was actually a ready to go wear and go wig. I've had a few wear and go ready to wear wigs, and I felt like I had to do a whole lot to them. This one, I did not have to bleach the knots. I did not have to pluck anything. All I had to do was apply some concealer to the lace and go. Just, you know, apply concealer or foundation to the lace, use the hot comb to, you know, flatten out the part, make it look more natural, and that was it. I have not plucked or bleached these knots, and I really enjoy that. I didn't have to do all that. I didn't really have to cut too much lace. It was pretty much wear and go if you were the same color as the lace, but I wasn't, so I had to tint it with my concealer slash foundation, and that was it. I also feel like the lace is HD. Let me see if I can pull this back a little bit so you guys can see. This is the lace right here, all the way to like right here. I'm pull it up a little bit, but the lace is pretty nice. I feel like it melted really nice. It's thin. I didn't have too many problems at all with the lace and it blending into my skin. Fix my hair back. So I do believe that it's HD lace. I didn't have no problems, and I, you know, really enjoy that it is a wear and go wig, a true wear and go wig. So yeah, I think that is all of my pros. So let's get into the cons. First con. So like I said before, I did color this hair, and I do feel like after I colored the hair, it got a little dry, which I guess is expected when you like treat hair, bleach hair, color hair, all those things. It did get a little dry, so I do have to go through and do extra steps when I do, you know, wash this hair. I have to deep condition it. I have to make sure it's moisturized. I have to make sure, like, you know, I keep it moisturized with either a leave-in conditioner or a serum, you know, just to lock in the moisture. But it is a little bit drier than it was when I first got it, and I'm pretty sure it's because of me coloring the hair. But it's not too bad. It doesn't feel like straw or anything, but I did notice that it got drier once I colored the hair. I'm not sure if it's because of me coloring the hair or what, but it does tangle in the nape, but mainly just in the nape. It doesn't really tangle anywhere else. So if I get to sweating or, you know, moving around, like moving my neck and my like clothes rub against my hair, then it will tangle back there. But it's not too crazy to where like I get knots, you know, a ball in the back, and I can't, you know, just brush it out with my unbrush or my hands or something like that. So that was the second con. Third con, which was like probably the biggest con to me, is that the hair does not hold a curl. And I specifically bought the hair because I wanted a kinky straight hair that held a curl. And I was seeing, you know, the girls on TikTok curl up the hair. Like they were doing wand curls, they were doing crinkles, they were doing just regular curls, flat iron curls, and they looked good in the video, but I guess that's as long as they last because I wasn't able to keep a curl in this hair. They would fall. I think I did a short or a video where I did curl it with a flat iron and I did curl it with a curling iron, and the curls looked okay, but they did fall into like a body curl, like a body wave type of thing, and I wanted the curl to stay, you know, however I curled it the first time. And I noticed that it is a little hard to find kinky straight hair that will hold a curl, and I thought that I found it, but I guess not. I did notice that if you do want to curl the hair, you would have to use like flexi rods, rollers, you know, perm rods, something like that, and like do it that way, so it'll hold a curl better when you do it that way. But I personally would like to use, you know, my hot tools to do it instead of having to do it the night before, or, you know, it just takes a little bit longer when you do it that way. So the biggest problem I had with the hair is that it did not hold a curl, even though most kinky straight hair does not, and I thought that I had some that did, but for me it wasn't working. So I'll just go over what I used on the hair. I think I just used any old shampoo and conditioner. I tried to make sure that when I did put conditioner in it, I did leave it in for a little bit longer so that, you know, it was like a deep conditioner. And when I air dried it, I just used a leave-in conditioner. I used this leave-in conditioner here, and I also used this BioSilk serum. So I did end up using just a light leave-in conditioner while it was wet, and I let it air dry, or sometimes I would blow dry the hair. And then I'll use this blow dry and heat spray while it's wet and, you know, air drying. And then after I flat iron it, that's when I'll put the serum in. So I didn't use too many products on this hair. It's still a straight texture. It's kinky straight, but it's a straight texture, and I didn't want to weigh it down. I like for my hair to have movement. I like for it to have a nice little shine. So with those products all together, this is what my hair looks like. It still has movement. It still has shine. So that is all that I used in my hair. If I had to rate the hair, I would say probably, I would give it like a 4.5 out of 5, only because it doesn't hold a curl, my main thing, and then it got a little dry after coloring the hair, but it did take to the color well. I can't say that I had problems with it. I probably could have left it on a little bit longer if I wanted a lighter brown, but it did take to the color well. I guess that's another pro, but yeah, 4.5 because of those two things. The tangling in the nape is not too annoying. At this point, it's expected to get some tangling, especially in the nape. I have still yet to find a wig that doesn't tangle, and this is not like OD, like I said. So 4.5 out of 5. I would recommend this hair. This is probably the best kinky straight hair that I've had, and I've had a couple kinky straight wigs. I can't remember exactly which kinky straight wig that I had first. It was years ago, like probably 2017, 2018, and I'll put that in the cards too. That was probably my first kinky straight, or maybe it was like a yaki straight, I don't know, but that was my first one I had years ago. It was okay. And then I had got another one a couple years ago, but I might have got that from like my personal vendor, and it was just okay. But yeah, I did enjoy this kinky straight hair. I enjoy the color of it. I do wish that I could have been able to curl it and wear it like, you know, that way, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I think that's all I have for this video. I'll go ahead and put all the information down in the description, the link from TikTok, and then I'll try to find a link for the same wigs for, you know, another site if you don't have TikTok, the actual site, I guess. And just, you know, put all the information about the wig down below. Let me know if this is helpful for you guys. If it was helpful for you guys, be sure to like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Crazy, I need you right in my space,